Hello and welcome to today's podcast on Daily Dose. This is a program on Victor Inspires that brings to you sustainable and workable principles for your transformation in order for you to live your best life and be the best you. My name is Victor John Edet, and I'm super excited to connect with you today and also be with you on this journey of transformation. For the past few days, we have been discussing about insecurity, the most common causes of insecurity, and how we can overcome insecurity. And we began the podcast on insecurity by discussing insecurity based on recent failure or rejection. We discovered that most of the experiences we have in life can greatly affect both our mood and the way we feel about ourselves. And so most times the experiences of failure or rejection make up insecurities in our life, making us feel insecure and we doubting our potential, we not having confidence in what we can do. Okay, research on happiness suggests that up to 40% of our happiness quotient is based on recent life events. So I wanted to make a statistics of the kind of event that happened in your life. When you understand and you have a head knowledge of the events that had happened in your life, these can tell your level of insecurity, because a lot of people, they don't know you're experiencing insecurity, or they're expressing insecurity. They don't know that these are still part of them, but you've been able to make an assessment of your recent events in life can tell your level of insecurity. But yet there are ways in which you can combat insecurity if you have a high level of insecurity or you're expressing a very high level of insecurity in your life. Alright, so I'd like you to listen to the first podcast we did on insecurity based on recent failure or rejection, in order for you to get a maximum value out of it, because from that podcast we discussed about the tools you can use to overcome failure or rejection based on insecurity. We moved on to discuss about lack of confidence because of social anxiety. A lot of people make excuses, and a lot of people lack confidence in social situations like party, family gatherings, interviews, and dates. The fear of being evaluated by others and found to be lacking can lead you to feel anxious and self-conscious. So these will find a lot of people running away from situation, avoiding situation. The more you avoid situation, the more you remain insecure. So one of the ways to overcome insecurity based on social anxiety is not to avoid the situation. Rather, you go headlong in addressing the situation. That way you can overcome lack of confidence because of social anxiety. And finally, we discussed about insecurity driven by perfectionism. Some of us have a very high standard for everything we do. You may want the highest grade, the best job, the perfect figure, the most beautiful decorated apartment or house, neat and polite kids, or the ideal partner. Unfortunately, life doesn't always turn out exactly the way we want it, even if we work so hard. So there's a piece of the outcome that is at least to some degree out of our control. So a lot of us find ourselves in that situation where perfectionism is leading some aspect of our life, and because of that, we not being able to achieve some certain thing to some certain degree of perfectness make us feel insecure, because perfectionism has a way of limiting you, because you always want to be at the top. If you're not at the top, then you are not there. If it's not 100% perfect, the job you're doing or the work you are doing, then there is a problem. this makes us feel insecure even over little taxes that being given to us to handle. Okay, these and many more we spoke about in our previous podcast, and we also looked at ways we can combat perfectionism. If you haven't listened to our previous podcast, I will encourage you to do so you can get maximum value out of it. On today's podcast, we will be discussing developing time management skills. It's very important that we have an understanding of time in order for us to get the best and achieve our goals, because when we have the understanding of time, we know how to position ourselves, we know how to place ourselves in time, we also know how to manage ourselves in time. So we need to develop time management skills. This I will be discussing with you when I come back from this short break. Don't go away, I'll be right back. Good to know you were there. Developing time management skills. Like I said before, when on a short break, it's very important that we all have an understanding of time, because when we have an understanding of time, this helps us to manage ourselves within time. Because when God created us, God gave everybody equal time, 24 hours a day. Nobody has a higher time or a higher amount of time than another person. But why is it that so many persons are unable to achieve their goals within the stipulated, allocated time God has allocated to everybody? And yet some persons are able to achieve their goals within also the same allocated time. The difference is time management skills. All right. A lot of people lack time management skills. That is why they are not able to achieve their goals, and they keep saying, I don't have enough time, I can accomplish this within a stipulated time. But yet we have other people achieving their goals and achieving much more within the same stipulated time. So it is very key that we develop time management skills, because often or not, most times we feel stressed out with too much work or too many responsibilities. As time passes, we feel like we have more tasks on our hand than we have time to do them. The trick is to organize our tasks and use our time effectively to get more things done each day. Now, if we do this helps us to lower stress levels and improve our productivity both at work and at home. So, but I need you to understand that time management skills take time to develop, and it will look different for each person. So finding what works best for you and your busy schedule is key. Alright, so how then do we improve our time management skills in order for us to improve our productivity? Number 1, prioritize your work. A lot of people just start their day, move on without knowing the very important tasks to do that day. Alright, so before you start your day, make a list of tasks that needs your immediate attention. Unimportant tasks can consume much of your precious time and will tend to offer those too much of our energy because they are easier or less stressful. However, identifying urgent tasks that needs to be completed on that day is critical to your productivity. So once you know where to put your energy, you will start to get things done in an order that works for you and your schedule. So in short, you need to prioritize your important tasks in order for you to keep yourself focused. So when you don't prioritize your tasks, you lose focus. You don't achieve your goal for the day. A lot of people just start their day They have a goal in mind, but they don't prioritize which one comes first. So it's very important that you know which of your tasks is important and which is less important, because most of us fall a victim of channeling our energy and everything we go to the less important tasks, forgetting about the important tasks that will help you achieve your goal for the day. So it's very important that we prioritize our tasks, or rather our work, if you must improve your time management skills and increase your productivity level. Number 2, create a schedule. Carry a planner or notebook with you and list all the tasks that comes to your mind. Being able to check off items as you complete them will give you a sense of accomplishment and keep you motivated. So it's you need to make a simple to-do list before the start of the day. Prioritize the tasks like we said earlier on, and focus on the essentials. Make sure that these tasks are attainable. Alright, so if there is a big task you need to complete, make that the number one. And if it's going to take the whole day, you can make it the only task on your list for that day. Then you can you can push the others to the next day. It's not a crime, as long as you achieve your goal. Okay, so to better manage your time management skills, you may think of making 3 lists: a list for your work, a list for your home, and your personal list, in order for you to increase your level of productivity. And thirdly, start early. Most successful people have one thing in common: they start their day early, as it gives them time to sit, think, and plan their day. When you get up early, you are more calm, creative, and clear-headed. As the day progresses, your energy level starts going down, which affects your productivity, your motivation, and your focus. So if you are not a morning person, you can just try waking up 30 minutes earlier than your normal time. You'll be amazed by how much you can get done in that bit of time. If you don't want to use it to work, use it to do a bit of exercise or eat a healthy breakfast. This kind of routine will also contribute to your productivity during the day, right? So it's just essential that you start early. Know what works for you. You know, some persons are more productive in the afternoon. I've seen a lot of people that are more productive in the evening, not even in the morning. But generally, we are more productive in the morning, because when we wake up in the morning, we are full with energy, we are full with zest, and through that you can just sit, think, and plan your day, so you know which particular area for the day you need to channel your energy into. All right, in order for you to achieve your goal, and in order for you to be productive for the day. Okay, number 4, set up deadlines. When you have a task at hand, set a realistic deadline. This is what a lot of people fail to do. They just set deadlines that are not realistic. Alright, so set a realistic deadline and stick to it. Once you set a deadline, it may be helpful to write it on a sticky note and put it close to you, where you can access, where you can see, where it's visible. It can be close to your workspace, it can be close to your bed, but you need to put it where it's visible, where you can see it, because it works with your mind. Because subconsciously you find yourself working towards achieving your tasks. You find yourself working towards ensuring that you achieve your goal within the stipulated deadline. Okay, this will give you a visual clue to keep you on task. So try to set a deadline a few days before the task is due, so that you can complete all those tasks that may get in your way, rather. So challenge yourself and meet the deadline. Reward yourself for meeting a difficult challenge. Okay, a lot of people say I set a deadline, but because of the nature of the goal or the task, I wasn't able to accomplish it, I wasn't able to achieve my task within the stipulated deadline, that's not a problem. Set the new one, but let it be realistic, because in doing this, it helps you remain focused and keeps you on your feet to achieve your goal. So set up realistic deadline. It's very important that you set up realistic deadline. Number 5, delegate tasks. It's common for all of us to take on more tasks than we are capable of completing. This can often result in stress and burnout, especially those of us that are leaders. We have subordinates. Most times you want to do everything. You want to carry out the whole task by yourself. No. Delegation does not mean you are running away from your responsibilities, but rather you are learning proper management of your tasks. So learn the act of delegating work to your subordinates, as case may be that you have people working under you or people working with you, as per their skills and their ability to get more done. This will not only free up time for you, but this will also help your team members feel like an integral piece of the work. And together, you all achieve success. So it's very important that you delegate your tasks in order for you to increase your level of productivity. Number 6, avoid multitasking. Most of us feel that multitasking is an efficient way of getting things done. But the truth is that we do better when we focus and concentrate on one thing. Every successful man you see today started with one thing before they moved to the other. You can't find a successful man doing 3 or 4 things at the same time and yet you expect him to achieve success. No. Especially when you're building a career, you build a career in one aspect. Then when you have developed capacity and that aspect is able to take care of itself, then you move to the next phase, to the next phase or career or whatever. But you trying to build up 3 careers at the same time, you will lose focus and you will lose concentration. So avoid multitasking. Reason is because multitasking hampers productivity, and this should be avoided to improve time management skills. Take one thing at a time. When you are done with one, you move to the other. Because when you do this, it will help you stay focused. So making use of to-do list and deadline, like we have earlier said, will help you stay focused. This way you can do better at what you are doing. Wait until you finish one before starting another. You will be surprised by how much more you are able to get done. So when you're trying to do everything at the same time, you are losing time and you are not achieving. You won't be able to achieve much as concerning the things you are doing. Number 7, overcome procrastination. A lot of us find ourselves at this level because procrastination is one of the things that has a negative effect on productivity. And procrastination, like we said, is a thief of time. Alright, so it can result in wasting essential time and energy. It could be a major problem in both your career and your personal life. So you need to overcome procrastination. I would say procrastination is a spirit. So if you know how to pray, you need to pray it out. Okay. On the other hand, you need to discipline yourself, because procrastination is a thief of time. So avoiding procrastination can be difficult for many of us, but we tend to procrastinate when we feel bored or overwhelmed. So try to schedule in smaller, fun activities throughout the day to break up the more difficult tasks. This may help you stay on track. Trying to do even the difficult tasks the ability to break them or schedule them into smaller fun activities will help you overcome procrastination and increase your level of productivity. All right. Number 8, learn to say no. Learn to say no. A lot of people don't know how to say no. Politely refuse to accept additional tasks. If you think that you're already overloaded with work, take a look at your to-do list before agreeing to take on extra work. Learn to say no. Many people worry that saying no will make them look selfish. But the truth is that saying no is one of the best ways to take care of yourself and your time. When you take care of these, you'll find you have more energy to devote to the important things, which the people around you will ultimately appreciate. When you say no, you will be able to achieve your goal. You'll be able to devote yourself to the important things. You will remain focused. You will concentrate on what is essential. Learn to say no. A lot of people don't know how to say. I say, no, I don't know how to tell this person no. No. Learn to say no, especially when it's becoming overburdened on you, when you're overloaded already. Learn to say no. And number 9, deal with stress wisely. Stress often occurs when we accept more work than we are capable of accomplishing. The result is that our body starts feeling tired, which can affect our productivity. Some stress comes in various forms for different people, but some productive ways to deal with stress can include exercising, practicing meditation, calling up a friend, participating in your favorite hobbies, listening to music or a podcast like this, and many more. There are ways in which you can combat stress. All right, so it's very important that we deal with stress wisely and not just allow stress overwhelm us. So the key is to find what works for you when it comes to lowering your stress response. It's very important that you find what works for you. Yours might not be exercise, yours might be practicing meditation, but probably yours might be calling up a friend, speaking with a friend on phone, reduces your stress. It reduces the level of your stress. Yours might just be listening to music. Yours might be you just take a walk out, but you need to find what works for you so that you can deal with your stress and have a positive health for achieving your goals and for you to remain productivity. And lastly, on ways we can develop time management, take regular breaks. A lot of us don't take breaks from work. A lot of us don't take break from our task. In as much as we want to accomplish, we want to achieve our goals, it's key that we take regular breaks. Whenever you find yourself feeling tired and stressed, take a break for 10 to 15 minutes. Too much stress can take a toll on your body and affect your productivity. And even better, schedule your break times. It helps you to relax and get back to work with energy again later. If you know a break is coming, you will likely be able to overcome boredom or lack of motivation to push through the tasks at hand. Take a walk, listen to some music, or do some quick stretches. The best idea is to take a break from work completely and spend time with your friends and family. These are ways for you to develop time management skills in order for you to be productive and for you to be successful in life. All right. As we wrap up today's podcast, I want you to have in mind that good time management requires a daily practice of prioritizing tasks and organizing them in a way that can save time while achieving more. So I would like you to use the above strategies, the above principles, which you have received today for the next couple of days, weeks, and see if they help you. You may be surprised just how much more time you seem to have. I believe you got value from today's podcast. Now, I encourage you to please join our community on Facebook. Just go to Facebook on Facebook and type Victor Inspires Network. Join the community and let's discuss. Tell us your experiences of how you've been applying these principles and how you have transformed from who you were into who you are and who you will be becoming. Once again, until I come your way tomorrow, my name is Victor John Elliott. Be the best you.